Hey guys, welcome to a new Nashville Masterclass. I'm your host, Jamie May, and if my phone stops recording in the middle of this video, I'm going to take it out and stomp it into a million friggin' pieces. Today we're going to talk about witchcraft, shamanism, and of course the drugs they used. There's a very narrow thinking in today's world of witches and their concoctions. We think of it as eye of newt and balls of toad and teeth of, infants, which is crap. There are certainly witches that practice the dark arts and Satanists, but mostly these witches were just healers. Shamans in the Siberian part of what is today Russia would use probably the oldest drug known to man, even predating alcohol and marijuana, the Amanita muscaria fly or agaric mushroom. Unlike other drugs, it does not break down in your liver. So, the shamans were the only ones that were allowed to eat the mushroom, not the regular village people. No, the shamans would pee into a bowl and the peasants would drink that. Guess who else loves these mushrooms? Reindeer. Now let's take a look at the fly agaric. Big and red with white spots. It comes in yellow and orange and white spots, but mostly it's red. And reindeer, flying reindeer eating these mushrooms. This mushroom definitely ties in with the ideas of Santa Claus. Now, where does it tie in with St. Nicholas? Where every other holiday ties in. Halloween, Christmas were both pagan holidays that went back thousands and thousands of years before Christianity. And the Catholic Church, not wanting people practicing paganism, would just all of a sudden come up with a new holiday, a new saint, and, would turn it Christian. There's nothing in the Bible that says Jesus was born during Christmas, because he wasn't. By historical record, it would be around June. And whether you like it or not, that it's just true. It's just true. Now, witches were using medicine that we use today at modern pharmacopoeia. From deadly nightshade, angel trumpet, belladonna, henbane, mandrake. They use marijuana, opium. They use anything. They were just healers, midwives. If you wanted to go to a doctor in medieval times, more than likely you're going to be trepanned, which means have a hole drilled through your skull. And from what I've read, it works. People who have been trepanned say it works. Who am I to say any different? So this thought that these witches are out there making these brews and summoning demons is just not right. Now, they would definitely make psychedelic potions, mostly using deliriants, like the video I used that nobody watched. It wouldn't be drunk. It would be turned into an ointment and rubbed in their genitals, because it absorbs faster, almost instantaneous. And they would have, feelings of flying and visions, of course, depending on location. Things like ergot that had lysergic acid, morning glory that had lysergic acid, just almost like LSD, just not as strong, nowhere near as strong. Of course, DMT was used in South America and ayahuasca, psilocybin. These, things have been used to heal people, and shamans would take these psychedelics to ask the gods what they should be doing. And these medicines that we use today, we got from these witchcrafts and witches and witch doctors and shamans. And DMT and psilocybin, a lot of things are now being used for mental illness and trauma. People that are dying, the fear of dying, psilocybin helps them a lot. And looking at these people is just evil. It's just kind of like lumping in. They're just lumping a bunch of people together that are not the same. Not every witch is a Wiccan. Not every witch is one that practices black arts. There certainly are that cast spells and hexes, whatever. There are, of course, potions that don't do much good. Witch doctors in Africa still use potions. Some use an ibogaine, and these people would have all kinds of insane visions and end up murdering their family. Now, you can look on Netflix on World's Toughest Prisons, Lesotho, Maseru. This guy killed all his children under the influence of whatever from a witch doctor. But I'm here to tell you this fact, whether you like it or not. There is no drug that's inherently evil. People call methadone and heroin and meth the devil. It's not. You may think it's the devil, and what are you going to do when you're in a car wreck and mangled? You're going to want some of that devil then. Because it's not really the devil, because there's a difference between use and abuse, right? Heroin is used in most other countries as a medicine. The only reason it's not in America is symbolism. Just symbolism. Rufinol. Rufinol is just a benzodiazepine. Same as Valium. The only reason it's not legal in the United States because we already have so many benzodiazepines. Look it up, Buttercup. I mean, sure, you can use it for all sorts of terrible reasons, but it's not inherently evil. Most other countries, people prescribe Rufinol. It's not what you think. These people that were practicing these witchcraft, they were just making medicines that are still used today. We tend to think of that as anything that's not modern pharmacopoeia is witchcraft and not of any use, and that's just not true. But isn't that the way of the world now, right? Where we had medicine like Oxycontin, for your pain, and people use it now. It's the devil, right? Everything is evil if you use it the wrong way. But there is no such thing as an inherently evil drug. Evil is in how you use it or abuse it. Anything you abuse is going to turn on you. Anything you abuse is going to turn on you. And calling one chemical, one plant, one group of people evil just because you don't really know anything about them is just not right. People fear the unknown. Or when they abuse something and it turned on them, it's just easy to say, oh, it was evil. No, you are abusing a medicine. You abused the medicine and it turned on you. And that's all there is to it. I don't talk about things I know nothing about. I talk about things I do know about. And that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. It's more popular to just say whatever is more popular. That's why people are more popular on YouTube than me. Because they just go on and say whatever. Or I could stop doing this and teaching people, and I could just do some stupid crap, videos. If you guys want, take off half my clothes and play guitar. That'll get a lot of likes. What amazes me is the way people will use their agenda narrative to blame, to cast off, and to just use their own agenda. Witches have always been persecuted, but witches, for the most part, weren't really witches. They weren't practicing anything evil. They were just healers using old-fashioned medicine that the church didn't understand. Let me ask you this. What's more evil? Trying to heal something with an ancient herb, or tying people up and burning them? Killing people because they're not the same faith as you. What's more evil? We could ask, what would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't burn anybody. He wouldn't kill anybody. He wouldn't abuse anybody. And he would try to understand. The thing I can tell you is people don't understand much of anything, and those are the people in power, and that's why people are dying out in the streets today, right? Suboxone, methadone, that's witchcraft. It's the devil. Just stop what you're doing. Because I don't know what to say about some things. The more I read the news, the more I look on social media, the more I see that idiots are in charge. Idiots are popular because they say the narrative that people want. Fentanyl is the devil. Fentanyl is evil. Fentanyl was a drug used for surgery and severe pain for a long time before the cartels figured out how powerful and cheap it was. And now it too is the devil, and it too is evil. And they're making laws. People get put to jail 100 years. I guess drug dealers are the witches of today. There certainly are charlatans that will try to tell you if you take their medicine, you take their herb, buy their crystal, buy their book, raise your vibration, take their course, come to their seminar, that they're going to cure you. There is no cure. The only thing is taking it a day at a time and thinking seriously and critically about what you take. If you really think medicines are evil, then you're never allowed to take a Tylenol again for any ailment. No drugs whatsoever. Don't drink coffee. You can do nothing but drink water. Yeah, because everything else. You see what I'm saying? We can split hairs forever. People want to do what they're going to do, and what's really just got me is I'm just getting tired of watching the world burn and people screaming the world is burning and throwing more fire onto it. And people that are being sensible and are trying to help and are trying to give facts are brushed off. So we'll see. We'll see, what's going on. I'm going to spend more time on TikTok. As much as I hated it, never wanted to go on, it's just amazing. For me, my channel's doing amazing on there, and I can do a video on there and have thousands of views and thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of views already. Insane. But I'm gonna keep on with my YouTube because it's something I started, and it's not finished until I'm dead. So we're gonna keep doing it. You guys, I hope you take what I say seriously. Think of it critically. If you don't believe me, read. Don't just read whatever goes into your narrative. Read everything until you find out what the majority says and what the real data says. You don't have to just believe me. And I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'm in a better mood and have a better outlook. Because, things aren't great in the world right now. And it's because charlatans are in charge and people believe them. Okay? Charms and bracelets aren't going to save your life. One drug isn't going to cure anything. I'll see you cats on the next one.